We do kick counts just to make sure that the baby's healthy and that he's moving.
And make sure there's no complications further along. Doing the kick count is another method to bond.
That's my first child and I want everything to be okay with her, so I want to take the time out of my schedule.
As you approach your baby's due date in the last trimester of pregnancy, your doctor will ask you to keep track of your baby's movements. This is very important to make sure your baby continues to grow and be healthy and strong. Hello, I'm Dr. Corinne McClary. In your last trimester, when you're 28 weeks pregnant, it's important to take time to count your baby's kicks each day. This is because healthy babies move. If your baby isn't growing well or has a problem, their activity slows down and your baby won't move as much. Counting kicks will improve your chances of delivering a beautiful, healthy baby and reduce the risks of losing your baby before it's born. You should start counting your baby's movements in your 7th month of pregnancy. It's a very simple way to check on your baby every day. Once a day, when your baby is usually most active, sit in a comfortable position or lie down on your left side. It's important that you're in a quiet place without distractions. Turn off the TV and don't talk on the phone. Check to see what time it is. Put your hands on your belly and feel for your baby's movements. Count how many times your baby moves. A move is a kick, twist, turn, roll, or stretch. When you count 10 moves in the first hour, you can stop counting. There's a place on the kick count chart to fill in the time you started and ended counting each day. Your medical provider will want to see this at your visits.
When do you do kick counts?
I do kick counts usually after I eat. I do them a couple times a day, lay on my side, and what's worked for me is something cold or hot or sugar. I usually feel him move the most after those things.
For me, it's at night because I feel like I'm getting ready for bed and that's when she wants to play. So like, 'cause she'll move around and I'll like poke her back and like we'll play tag.
Just become real still and focus in on the baby, and then you're most likely to have movements.
Sometimes it's like a stretching feeling or it's like a quick jab.
When the hour is over and you haven't counted 10 kicks, don't worry. Your baby may have fallen asleep or isn't in an active period. Take a couple of minutes to eat or drink something. It also helps to walk around for 5 minutes. Then repeat counting kicks for another hour. If your baby doesn't move 10 times in the second hour, you should call your medical provider right away. It's very important to have your baby checked as soon as possible if you don't get the 10 kicks in the second hour. This gives us a chance to make sure everything's all right with your baby.
Well, if I had had the proper information about kick counts, I believe early in my pregnancy, it would have resulted in a better ending. I feel like I lost my child due to not having the knowledge about kick counts.
Please know that you're not bothering your physician or medical staff by calling to report your baby isn't moving. This can be a very important sign that something isn't right and should be checked out for the safety and health of you and your baby.
If you don't feel 10 movements in 1 hour, what would be the next thing that you do?
Call as soon as I felt worry. You know, mothers, we have that instinct.
Well, last time my baby wasn't moving, I waited quite a bit of hours, and the nurse told me not to do that.
I think it's very valid to follow what your body is telling you.
Would you call your doctor? Would you go to the emergency room?
I would definitely go to the emergency room if I didn't have access to the doctor.
If you have a feeling that something is wrong with your baby, you know, better to be safe than sorry and to act on it.
So count your kicks every day when you usually feel the baby moving the most. Once you reach 10, you can stop. If you don't get to 10 in the first hour, stimulate the baby by eating or drinking and walking around for 5 minutes. Most importantly, call when you don't get 10 kicks in the second hour. Your baby is counting on you.
I just say to all women, please know your body and pay attention to any signs, any changes. And I recommend that everybody looks into kick counts. This is something that needs to be taken very seriously. I just want it to be a better outcome for all women and children.
It's really worth, going through the counting and making sure your baby's alert, making sure your baby's attentive, making sure your baby's responding to you.
When I went to the hospital and they told me that, children were dying because the mothers were waiting too long, I felt afraid enough, to start making that a priority every day.
You have to go through these measures to make sure that you are doing what's best for your baby. It doesn't take a lot of time, and the outcome is being able to be with your baby.